Yeah. You know how we do it on a Friday. It's time for a cup of Tech Gumbo.
It's time for a cup of Tech Gumbo.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Haggai Davis talks technology news. Even Brian can understand.
You just don't get it. I don't really get into science, so I'm not going to be able to help much.
Presented by
Yeah, it's time for a cup of Tech Gumbo. Yes, it is time to welcome in Haggai Davis. Haggai, what's happening, dude?
I'm so excited. I forgot to mention it last week. Tech Gumbo is now starting its 9th year on the radio.
Hell yeah.
9 years. I'm just stunned that, when we started the show, I never, ever thought it was going to last like this. And it's just great. It's still growing. It's still getting better.
But technology, it's like, well,
it's an endless
like the film
field.
business. You're never going to run out of customers.
No, absolutely not. But nonetheless, I mean, we've done almost 240 shows now, and it's really cool. And to be Alondra's second favorite interview, I mean, I'm so honored with that.
So good. I don't want to know who her favorite is.
She told us last week and Monday that it's Clint, the guy Clint Hill.
Oh yeah, Clint Hill. Okay, so it's like Secret Service guy, Haggai Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You can take that.
I'm good. I mean, hey, I'm in the top 5.
Right? Just happy to be on the roster.
Exactly.
All right, we've got I don't know if you were listening at the time or if you were waiting outside the door at the time, but I led off the show by saying, I don't know if Haggai has an I told you so side, but today's going to be a kind of an I told you so segment.
I missed that, but yes.
Okay. So crypto is crashing. It's crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
It's become crypto. Oh no. Bring us up to speed. What's going on in the world of fake money?
So there's trading platforms, and then there's cryptocurrencies.
Mm-hmm.
The platforms, Binance and FTC, were the two biggest platforms where you put your money into those platforms, and then they did the trading. It was announced Tuesday that Binance was going to buy out FTX.
Okay.
And within 48 hours, Binance said, oh, no, deal's off. We're out of here. I mean, they backed out of the deal quicker than Elon Musk backed out of Twitter. And then the whole market crashed. So if you go back and look just at Bitcoin, which a little more than a year ago was trading at north of $65,000 per Bitcoin, is now trading, as of yesterday, just at $16,000 per Bitcoin, or an 80% devaluation.
Mm-hmm.
If you had invested money, if you just put $100 in Bitcoin in 2017, when it was at $17,000 a coin,
right,
you're now losing money.
Yes.
And it's going to continue to get worse before it ever gets any better.
Do you think it's still going to get worse?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so this is my level of curiosity here is when is the right time to buy in on the wave? Because at this point, I look at cryptocurrency the same way I look at a slot machine. You can make money off of it, but you got to hit it right.
So part of the problem with FTX is they had to set up two separate companies. They had to do FTX Worldwide and FTX for the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way FTX was operating, the federal regulators and the SEC were very, very leery of what they were doing. It was basically a Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And they had taken a loan or granted a loan for $16 billion for this company in Southern California with little to no expectation of actually getting the money back,
mm-hmm.
is what the speculation is. But the guy who started Bitcoin, the guy who started FTX,
yeah.
lost 90% of his money because he was all in on his on cryptocurrency. He went from $20 billion to under $1 billion.
Oh, you don't want to fall out of the 3 comma club.
Yes. And so all of the folks who put all their money into these cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, Bitcoin, you name it, they're evaporating into the ether.
Yeah.
And when you just don't have any kind of rules, any kind of regulations, anything to back the currency,
Right.
It's
Your Pokemon cards.
exactly. I mean, you're doing well. No, at least with Pokemon cards, you have the card that you can trade.
Fair.
I mean, this. So, yes, the cryptocurrency is totally crashing and expected to go even worse.
I love, I don't know if you saw CNN's article on this, but I love the way CNN tries to rewrite the narrative by saying gold also has a huge sell-off right now. Because there's nothing more sturdy than gold, right? Well, gold is down 6%. So they tell you, hey, let me find the headline. Let me get the headline. Hang on. Crypto crash and gold sell-off show there's no place for investors to hide. Doesn't that make it sound like it's a parallel? Doesn't it make it sound like it's similar? Like gold is just plummeting the same way crypto is?
Crypto's down 80%, gold's down 6%.
Right.
That's a real fair comparison.
So fair. So fair. Gold prices have fallen about 6% this year, and the price of the yellow metal is not far from the lows it hit at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020. Gold, like Bitcoin, then surged in the latter part of 2020 as a sort of safe haven trade. I mean, gold, which has been around since, I don't know, ever.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, which has been around since yesterday. It's not the same thing, and trying to make it sound like the same thing discredits the people that are putting this out. CNN Business.
And one of the players who lost a lot of money in this was Tom Brady.
Okay.
Future Hall of Famer. Apparently the biggest loss he had this past week was not just at Carolina. Because he had invested, he and Giselle, his now ex-wife, had put a lot of money into the FTX platform.
Okay.
Now, they didn't say, nobody's saying how much, but he had done a bunch of commercials on FTX. He had an equity position, and that's gone.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure he didn't put all of his money in. But
I feel bad for Tom Brady. Like, to have this much go wrong all at once. Like,
you lose to Carolina, you lose your wife, and now you lose a ton of money.
And not to mention, you just wake up one day and you're bad at football all of a sudden.
Yes,
he lost it all in one fell swoop.
All the time.
Poor millionaire.
That's no. Well, not as much. He's not as rich as he was a week ago.
He'll be okay.
I feel like if you invested in cryptocurrency, you deserve it.
I'm just it's a matter of, it's not a matter of how rich Tom Brady is. It's a matter of to wake up one day and all of it's gone. I mean, this is the kind of thing that happens like in a 90s like comedy that is supposed to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
This is like a reverse of Mr. Destiny with Jim Belushi.
You know, something along those lines. You know, what was the guy who's in the movie, the one who holds the boombox over his head?
Say Anything, John Cusack.
Yeah, Cusack. This is a Cusack movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna break down which other movies this could be over the commercial break. We're gonna check your money now. Hopefully, it's not Bitcoin. We're gonna check traffic. We're coming back. A Cup of Tech Gumbo rolls on next. Byron and I share this dream. I want to own a bunch of gold just to be able to say, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. I also want to own a casino and call it the Tangiers. Because then you get 2 movies out of it. You get a Bond movie and you get Casino.
Let's see. CW. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany says, thank you. Happy anniversary. Yes. I am very proud of that, though. 9
You
years.
should be.
9 years of doing the show. That's
Keith says it too. Poor little rich guy. Yeah, 9 years of doing the show. It is a splendid run, to say the least.
yeah. No.
Another one of the talk OGs going down.
Yeah, Robert De Niro's glasses are super badass in Casino.
Yes.
Yeah, I want them too. Troy says he wants them. I do too. I have some that kind of look like that. Not really, but.
Hey, Troy, when was the last time you were over at Ghostland, buddy? I heard you were killing it, man. What about you?
20 pounds.
Nice.
So well, this is my last week of my 8-week split.
Uh-huh.
And I've been like going back because I wrote down all my numbers at the beginning of it. I've been going back and like in everything I've consistently gone up like 20 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
With weightlifting, not heavy-
Weightlifting.
Yeah,
nothing.
no.
Oh,
We're
no,
talking
I
about
would
weight loss.
probably kill myself if I gained 20 pounds.
Really? Because Tom Brady lost a wife, a football career, and $1 billion, and he's not thinking of killing
But
himself.
I gained 20 pounds. I didn't, but if I did, I would think about it.
So I'm supposed to go over for my weigh-in today. I haven't even been to the new place yet. They moved over to Suma.
Been.
But
I've been
so
twice
went
now.
on, okay. So I went on retreat, which missed that week, and then last week, got hit by an 18-wheeler, and did not go in. And now this week, I might be going to the doctor. I can't deal with this pain anymore.
Oh, a doctor or chiropractor?
I'm gonna start with my general practitioner. I think it'll go away. I don't know. I might need to go to.
How hard
I need to
is
just
it?
up and go to a pain doctor. Somebody's going to write me a prescription and look the other way.
Look the other way.
I need to find one of those pill mills. Where do you get those? I read about them after they're busted. I wouldn't know where to look.
I wouldn't want to know. Bo Clark was a speaker at the men's club last night.
Boy, he's been making the rounds.
He's
What's
so
he up
good.
to? He is good.
I have to do traffic after your money now. I
Okay.
don't know what happened there. I mean, like,
See-
I don't know why we went over.
Yeah, me neither. CNN. I got out right on time.
Yeah, I know.
CNN's sub headlines within the crypto topic. Bitcoin has historically had big swings up and down. So this is the normal thing. Be used to it. Dropping by 80% is not abnormal to them. The next one, overreaction in the broader crypto sector. Gold isn't glittering yet either. I mean, how hard can you be pushing a narrative? Tell me there's anything at all objective about that.
Well, that's a bunch of people who've got a bunch of money in crypto trying to prop it back up.
Troy said last week at Go Slim, I'm fluctuating between 27 to 30.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Like, you lost 27 to 30 pounds? That's crazy. That's really good.
So we're going to talk about meta layoffs as well.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been a big story. It's been a story, but not nearly the level of story that Elon Musk has been. And I
Yeah.
want to know why
Like, there's
Elon
some
Musk
people
is evil, but Mark Zuckerberg is not. Why is one the ultimate villain and the other just gets a
So we
'Cause
let
the
off the
narrative-
show that we were purposefully not going to talk about that other social media platform and that guy for the whole week because we've been talking about him every week. For
no, absolutely.
but
But
I mean-
he gets himself in the news,
But it's
to be sure.
impossible not to. I mean,
Right, I know.
every tech page you look at, there's 7 stories on it.
My wife had mentioned it to me once, and then again a couple weeks ago. She's like, "Y'all talk about Elon Musk a lot." I'm like, he does 5 different things that revolve around the topic.
You own a rocket company, you own a car, an electric car company,
Right.
and now a social media platform. It's tough not to talk about you.
Not to mention the satellites he has in space.
Well, yeah,
You know,
But yeah, Meta's laying off hella people, and it's fine. Elon Musk is laying off people, and he's evil.
it's not even that. It's not. Elon Musk took Twitter from 7,500 people down to about 4,000.
But why does Twitter need 65?
No, Twitter didn't have 65,000. Facebook.
You said
Twitter.
you were-
Twitter.
7,500. Not 75,000. Oh, it takes a lot to manage a social media network.
You're an international platform.
653 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Haggai Davison for a cup of tech gumbo for a couple more minutes. Haggai closed out all my windows. I don't know what happened here, but my computer just like shut down everything. We were talking about crypto's crash, as my computer does the same. We're talking about crypto's crash, and the narrative around it seemed to be very pro get back in on crypto now, almost as if it's. I feel like I'm being sold a bill of goods at this point. I've been interested in crypto for some time, and I feel like I'm being sold so hard that it's got to be bad. Like
the people who are propping it up and all the news stories you see are the people who have a ton of money in their Bitcoin or in Ethereum or whatever one of the coins, and they're they're hoping, they're writing positive stories that you won't pull all of your money out and it won't go completely away and you won't have lost everything. Because if you've had any money in cryptocurrency, you've lost a lot of money,
right,
especially in the past year. And so they just cannot write enough wonderful, positive things about cryptocurrency as more and more of their value just continues to bleed out the back end.
And that's the part that it pushes so hard. It tries so hard to sell that I'm forced to walk away.
And the harder you push, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's put a button on that for right now because there's a million other topics to talk about. One of which is I want to know how there wasn't more media coverage of Meta laying off 11,000 employees.
This is amazing to me. The fact that Meta 2.5 years ago, right as COVID was starting, had about 45,000 employees worldwide.
Wow.
Over the past 2.5 years, they've added 42,000 more employees. They've doubled the number of employees in the past 2 years and realized, oh, we might have a few more people than we need. So they laid off 13% of their workforce this week, or 11,000 employees. And part of that was because Zuckerberg made this big, huge, pushed all the chips into the middle of the table on the metaverse.
Yeah.
And he is trying, much like all of these other writers, and trying to prop up cryptocurrency. He's trying to prop up the metaverse, and nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying into it. Nobody wants anything to do with it. And all of a sudden, he had to get rid of a whole lot of people because there were the overhead that he just couldn't carry anymore.
Quote, I got this wrong and I take responsibility for it. That's what Mark Zuckerberg said about the COVID era decisions that ended up in the reduction of staff. And Mark Zuckerberg can run Meta however Mark Zuckerberg wants to run Meta. I'm not worried about that. Yes, if you overextend and you have to recorrect a little bit, that's fine. That's fine. But my curiosity is in, he laid off 11,000, right? More than 11,000 people. How many did Elon Musk lay off?
About 3,000.
Why is one Dr. Evil and the other one a second page story?
Well, because right now, Elon Musk is the whipping boy.
Yeah.
He went and bought everybody's favorite little platform, and he's making changes that some people don't like the changes he's making to the company he now owns.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Facebook is still a publicly traded company. Twitter is no longer.
Right.
When Zuckerberg makes these changes, he's making changes to a publicly traded company that he has to report to stockholders. Whereas Musk he's a committee of one that he has to, well, actually there's two. It's the big Saudi investor and him that own Twitter.
Right.
And they're the ones who have to make peace with whatever their decisions are. Zuckerberg laying off 11,000 people, and you had to go dig to find the story, is very, very curious to me.
And same. I don't know how we get, just in a side-by-side comparison, I don't know how laying off almost 4 times as many people as the other guy makes you a below the fold story or probably further into the business section story at best.
When you look at Facebook a year and a half ago, there were over $1 trillion value, $1.2 trillion value. Now they're valued somewhere around $250 million, and people aren't screaming about that. Now, Facebook's still got a lot of money in the bank. They're still a profitable company. They're just not as wildly overvalued and as wildly, exciting to invest in as they were a year ago. People have kind of not paying attention to it.
Yeah. And go back to the metaverse, and we got to get out in 1 minute, but go back to the metaverse. You know how the open to this segment says you explain things in terms that even I can understand? Nobody explained the metaverse in terms that anybody could understand.
The biggest problem with the metaverse is the cost of entry. You have to go buy these augmented reality goggles or virtual reality goggles. And right now, they're very expensive. Microsoft's HoloLens are about $3,000 for then the Oculus from Facebook is still close to $1,000. And not many people want to go drop that kind of money just so they can see Zuckerberg's cute little avatar.
Right. What else is on the show this week?
We're going to talk a lot about Microsoft and some of the different things going on with them, the good and the bad, and the fact that they're trying to toy with putting ads on Windows 11 in the start menu.
Okay, that was only a matter of time. All right. Full serving of Tech Gumbo, Saturday and Sunday at 4, right here on Talk 107.3 FM, and, of course, anywhere you get your podcast. Hey, guy, always appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, Brian.
Absolutely. We're going to break. We got the CBS World News Roundup coming your way right now. Hour 2 coming up next.
Protect your farm. The Presley Group time, 7 o'clock.
The thing I don't understand is the third world country that is Nevada, which has 3 million residents. Louisiana has 4.5 million. We can count our votes by 10 o'clock that night. We're 72 hours out and they still can't count votes?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
What's going
Don't
on?
they have a paper ballot system and we have the electronic thing?
Okay, but you can't get enough. You can't go buy 10 more machines and have them.
It's a tough thing for me to stay in my lane on this one because I don't know Nevada's election laws. I don't know the standards they have. I don't know what processes they go through that cause this.
Is Fred sitting out there going 1,
possibly
2, 3? Come on, folks. This is 2022. I mean, get out of the 1800s.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
What takes so long to count? I mean, we're Louisiana. I mean, we're so far back in the driftwood days, and yet we somehow can do it in 2 hours. What they can't do in 72.
And it's not just them. There's others.
Oh, look, Arizona's just as bad. California's having their issues. I mean, really? Come on.
So when it comes to national races or congressional or Senate races, I would like to see a change made that says no one is required to report their numbers until all the numbers are in. Then everybody reports all at once. Now, we wouldn't, I don't know how you separate Congress, Senate, and local. We wouldn't know who our judges are yet or who school board members are. But I think that would change things dramatically. To say, because if you had some level of pressure put on you, peer pressure that said the entire nation is waiting on us rather than our state is waiting on us, I think that would cause a sense of urgency that would get it done faster while not getting it done wrongly.
Why do they wait until election day to count the absentee ballots? These ballots that have been sitting in the warehouse waiting to be touched.
Wait, I know this one. I want to say this has been addressed before, and it has something to do with the perception that a race could be over before it starts. I'm phrasing that horribly.
Who's releasing those results?
That's the thing. You just don't release them.
If you don't release those results,
no, I'm with you.
I mean,
I don't disagree at all.
This Ethiopia has better elections than we do because they're held by gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean,
For that matter, so does Venezuela.
yes, but they get their elections results the same day, like we used to. I just don't. If you're going to be a first world country or a state in a first world country, run your elections like it. That's my technology rant for the day.
Galen says, I heard one of the talking heads on TV propose the solution to these week-long counting problems is to pass a law that says counting stops at midnight on election day. Whatever is not counted by them doesn't get counted. Well, that eliminates the possibility for a recount, doesn't it? And it would make it very easy to say, Republican vote, no. Republican vote, no. Democrat vote, you count. Once the witching hour comes, we don't have to go back and look at it again. That would create so much more corruption.
Why don't we just do what Florida does?
Nobody should ever ask that question.
Sorry.
Go to Walmart and jorts. Well, you're down a right-wing rabbit hole this morning. Oh, Kyle's outside.
Let me let your next guest in.
If you wouldn't mind.
I'll be glad to. Have a great week. Go Tigers. Are you going to the Liberty?